In a quiet village nestled between rocky hills and dry winds lived a young girl named Mira. She was just 15 years old, yet her eyes held the weight of someone who had seen many storms. Mira was a potter, like her late parents, and she lived alone in a small, crumbling mud hut on the edge of the village. Life had been hard on her. After losing both her parents during a fierce thunderstorm when she was just 10, she had no siblings, no relatives, only the memory of her mother's soft humming and her father's gentle hands shaping clay into beauty. Mira tried to carry on the family tradition. Each day she would wake up before dawn, gather clay from the dry riverbed, and mold it into small oil lamps, diyas. She placed all her heart into her work. Yet when she took them to the village market, people hardly noticed them. Some said the lamps were crooked, too simple, too dull. Others bargained cruelly, offering barely enough coins to buy a single meal. Despite her effort, Mira often went to bed with an empty stomach and a heavier heart. Her hut had a leaky roof. Her clothes were torn. Her hands were always stained with clay, and her feet cracked from walking barefoot on hot stones. But worst of all was the growing voice inside her that whispered, "You're not good enough. Your life won't change." One evening, as the sun painted the sky in tired orange hues, Mira sat beside her unsold lamps. Dust rose from the market road as people packed up their stalls and went home. Mira stayed, her head bowed, lamps at her feet. Just then, an old monk passed by. He was dressed in white robes, carrying a wooden staff and a bag of scriptures. He had a calm face, full of peace, and his eyes sparkled like he had known both sorrow and silence. The monk looked at her and asked, "Child, why are you so sad?" Mira hesitated, then replied, "I try so hard, but no one values what I make. My life is filled with struggle, loneliness, and failure. Why does nothing ever change for me?" The monk sat down beside her and looked at the lamps. He picked one up gently and said, "This lamp is just like your life, made with effort, shaped with love, but it cannot shine unless it is lit from within." Mira frowned, "But I have nothing left inside to light it. I'm tired, broken, and alone." The monk smiled. "That's only what you believe. Do one thing. Every morning and every night, say this aloud with all your heart. Even in darkness, I believe in light. Even in sorrow, I trust in purpose. Say it whether you feel it or not. Whether you're hungry, sick, or sad, say it. Don't wait for life to change. Speak gratitude into the emptiness, and it will begin to echo back." Mira didn't fully understand, but something in the monk's voice comforted her. She nodded slowly. That night, she returned to her hut and whispered, "Even in darkness, I believe in light." When her roof leaked cold water on her blanket, she repeated, "Even in sorrow, I trust in purpose." When her stomach growled with hunger, she closed her eyes and said it again. Days turned into weeks. Nothing magical happened at first, but something inside her slowly began to shift. She started waking up with a little more hope. Her hands shaped the clay with more care. Her designs became smoother, more delicate. She added small carvings and patterns like her mother used to do. She cleaned her hut and patched her clothes as best as she could. One day she lit one of her lamps and noticed how brightly it glowed, warmer, richer than ever before. When she took the new batch to the market, a woman bought one and said, "There's something peaceful about your lamps. They feel alive." Word spread. More people came. Some said her lamps brought good dreams. Others said they burned longer than usual. Within a month, Mira was earning enough to eat 3 full meals, repair her roof, and even save a little money. She smiled more often. Her eyes sparkled. The sadness didn't vanish, but it no longer ruled her. Then, one evening, the old monk returned. Mira ran to him and said, "Everything's changed. How did this happen?" The monk looked at her and said, "Because you changed. Your words softened your heart shaped your thoughts shaped your hands, and your hands shaped your life. He added gently, your fate didn't change because of magic. It changed because of gratitude. You stopped complaining and started trusting. And when you believe light exists, even the darkest days cannot hide it from you. Moral of the story: the world may not always give us light, but we can still choose to shine from within. Gratitude is not just a word, it's a power that can quietly transform the shape of our destiny.